we're kind of trying to understand, is DORA really just DevOps? And then people were saying, well, is DevOps a practice? Is it a philosophy? Because it started off, and I think it, until like 2014, 2015, it was pretty scoped into what DevOps was, what they're interested in studying. And then DevOps became more of a philosophy than an actual set of practices in a lot of ways. And that expanded and expanded. Now it's touching pretty much everything. There's like not a theory you wouldn't be interested in applying here. And by that, I mean organizational psychology, like you mentioned earlier. I mean, there's so many interesting trends about how people just work together to be able to accomplish something. And my background in, I said existential psychology, but that's sort of a subset of social psychology. That really fits in with this too, right? I mean, intergroup like dynamics and intragroup dynamics and how people convey and transact information with one another. So then that gets you into all the knowledge sharing literature, which is what we found last year. Teams that can share knowledge with each other are teams that work the best, right? Like when there's knowledge silos and people struggle to get information they need to do their job, unsurprisingly, a bunch of downstream metrics look very bad, right? And also sort of just leadership, right? There's a bunch of literature on transformational leadership and how leadership can support teams. And we're finding that there's various ways that leaders can be involved that either enable a team or hinder a team. And then there's a whole set of literature about, maybe not even academic literature necessarily, but just a whole worldview and set of philosophies about how engineering should work, kind of thing that this is connected to. And we're also really interested, and we try to keep a pulse on these emerging interests in the engineering space so that we can say, everybody's trying AI, right? Let's see if that's actually leading to what we would hope it would lead to, which is, better software delivery performance, increased well-being. So that's all to say, as DevOps became more of a philosophy than a set of practices, it started just touching on pretty much everything. Now we're designing the survey right now for 2024, and it's getting more and more general. We're trying to make sure we keep an eye on some particular technical practices, but there's a lot of questions we want to ask about the work environment, for example.